Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com. Coming back to you with another video. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, last day on my trip for my buddy's wedding, and wanted to record a video because I was going through a comment and there was somebody who was thanking me, saying that, I follow you because, at times I get into a dark place and you help motivate me to get out of that dark place, that dark hole. And I thought this was a great topic to talk about because I think we all get into a dark place or a dark hole, or we're dealing with negativity or things are going wrong. Sometimes it's tough to get out of that as a reseller, right? As a reseller, all the weight is on our shoulders. It's our responsibility to sell stuff, to find stuff, to list stuff, to ship stuff, to make sure our feedback is good. And sometimes it feels like, is this really worth it? Maybe sales are really slow, or it's hard to find stuff, or you get a return and you're like, is this ever going to get better? A lot of times it's with slow sales. Now I want to talk about this because as a reseller, I've been doing this for almost 9 years. It's normal. This happens. You're always going to have ups and downs. And, the key isn't avoid being in a dark place, or are you ever going to go in a dark place? Like, you got to avoid it at all costs. And if you get in it, it's over. It's how you respond to it, right? It's not what happens to you in life. It's how you respond to it. I forget who put out that quote. And, I've been there. I've been in that place where sales are slow, or I'm just like, I don't know if this is for me, or you're just procrastinating on everything and you're like, I don't know what to do. You feel like you're stuck in place. And I guess I want to come out and say, this is normal. This happens to us all. If you are in that dark place, a lot of times what gets me out of it is starting to have some positive results, like having a really great sale, or maybe I go out and I find a bunch of stuff. Like, for me, I guess the recipe is like taking action. I don't know if that helps you or not, but you've got to always remember that these tough times are going to pass. They always do. And the people who are able to endure it, the people who are able to mentally and physically just get through the tough times, maybe the algorithm's treating you poorly, maybe you're not finding stuff, you get negative feedback, you buy a bunch of stuff, maybe it's defective, or you have issues, or you get suspended. You just got to realize the good times are going to come. You've got to fight through it. And one exercise that I like to do is when I'm really in that dark hole and I don't know what to do, I feel stuck in place, I almost feel paralyzed, is I just like to take some time to think, right? Take a walk, go for a hike, go for a bike ride, meditate, and then pull out a pen and a pad or Google Doc and just write down, what are all the things that I could be doing right now to get out of this dark hole? Like, I'm talking actions in your eBay, your Amazon, your reselling business. Maybe you could prep 10 items to list tomorrow. Maybe you can optimize your keywords on your eBay listings. Maybe you could run a sale. Maybe you could just go to Goodwill. Maybe you could study the sold listings for 30 to 45 minutes, right? Maybe you could address the elephant in the room, which is just taking a couple hours to call eBay, try to figure out why your account got suspended. Or maybe it's just responding to the negative comment that you got from a customer. That you shipped them a beautiful Brioni sport coat, and they're saying it's damaged and ripped, and now they want a $500 return refund. It's like, write down all the things that maybe are holding you back or what's causing the stress, identify it, and just get it out there. You don't even have to commit to taking action on it, right? Because a lot of times we're in this dark hole because there's something that's bothering us, right? It's a thought, it's a mindset, it's thinking that these dark times are never gonna pass. It's thinking, man, I'm gonna have to go back to the crappy job at the Cracker Barrel delivering pizzas, or this is a bunch of BS, this business doesn't work, maybe it's not for me, or man, my wife is gonna kill me when she finds out we're not cash flowing and making money. Like, just sometimes you just got to get out of it, take a walk, get away, write it all down, get it on paper, and just sometimes you got to think about it and just say, you know what, I've got 50 things that are over my head right now that are causing this negativity, that brought me into this dark hole. What's one thing that I could do today? Start doing that one thing, right? And I've noticed that once I start taking action, I start to get a little momentum, get some results, and it helps me to get out of it. But it's part of it really is part of the game. As a business owner, you're gonna have the ups and downs, right? There's some really great like illustrations out there on like Instagram, like little like infographics where it's like, how do I say it? It's like people think that success as an entrepreneur is like a straight line. They think it's from here to here, it's just like that, but it's really not. There's an illustration that I saw that's like what people think versus what it's really like. What it's really like is like a squiggly line, like all over the place, like going crazy. Like that's what it's like as an entrepreneur, as a reseller, successful entrepreneurs, like they hit rock bottom, they fail, things get tough, they're in dark holes, we're in dark holes. It's just how you respond to it. So hopefully this video helped a little bit. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, just reflecting a little bit as I take a walk and get ready to return back home to Connecticut. But with that being said, much love, and I'll see you in the next one.